Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 in the series between Whewty and Maisgueuh as part of the Super Metroid Triple Bingo tournament. Whewty is coming into this as the favorite based on seeding, being 11th seed versus Maisgueuh's 22nd seed. However, I think this could definitely be a good match. Yeah, so Whewty did take the first game, meaning if he does manage to take this one, then he will take the series overall and go on to face Owl RTA. Whereas if Maisgueuh takes this game, we'll see a game 3. So let's take a look at this card. I always like to start with the middle square. And this is one of the most evil middle squares you can see. Collect Gravity Suit and skip Varia. So if you are not especially comfortable with a new route type of route, then this card could be very mean towards you. Yeah, looking at objectives here, it looks like we've got a couple LN objectives. We got Screw Attack and we got Defeat Ridley. Criteria Map Station is just a pretty simple one. Often players will get it, even if they're not planning on using it, just to sort of hedge their bets while they're still figuring out what they want their game plan to be. To answer a question in chat, does gravity protect from heat in bingo? Yes, this is just the vanilla game. So the way bingo works is both our runners are playing the vanilla game. They just have to complete the objectives on this board. And they specifically have to complete 3 different lines in order to win. So yeah, because we're not going to be facing Mother Brain, getting gravity functionally does everything that Varia does. However, that does still require you to do that wrecked ship first, which can both be dangerous and it can really be a time sink. A lot of people really underestimate how much time you can lose. Obviously, there's as much time as you can imagine that you could potentially lose in Moat just with that continuous wall jump and horizontal bomb jump. However, there's also Attic, where you can see a lot of time loss. And throughout Wrecked Ship, if you're not confident in your strategies, you can end up taking a lot of stray hits. And with only that power suit, you're taking a lot of damage, and suddenly you have to spend quite a bit of time farming before you can actually enter bowling. So all in all, it can end up being really slow. However, I would say on this card especially, being a bit slower is still likely going to be worth it, just because of that center tile. Yeah, unfortunately we've been having some audio issues. This chat's saying potentially column 4, row 3 and 5. Yeah, that would be an interesting play. A pretty deep lower Norfair dive, just effectively completely doing LN. However, that keeps you from having to do, that keeps you from having to do much in Meridia. You do still have to get that reserve tank. Yeah, I like top left, bottom right. So 35 supers, what are you leaving behind? If you're getting Screw Attack, presumably you're getting GT supers. However, if you're not, that would be No, to answer a question in chat, our runners see this card as they are loading up into series. So you might notice that our runners' early games are maybe not as clean as you're necessarily used to seeing, although we are still seeing some very nice movement from both of these runners. But that's just because they're going to be thinking quite a bit about what they want to do. Alright, and Maisgueuh is getting that criteria map station. And ends up with a 455 bombs. That's not bad at all in bingo. Certainly, I know Whewty is capable of better, but for bingo, that's a good time. I'm happy with that. I'm happy if I get it under 5 minutes. So for triple bingo, it's pretty standard, no major glitches rules. So anything you could do in any percent or hundo, any of the main categories you can do here. So no major glitches, no out of bounds, no GT code. Minor glitches are allowed. Stuff like inbounds X-ray climbing is perfectly acceptable. However, you're not too likely to see that. X-ray climbing tends to be pretty slow and has some pretty edgy use cases in general. Yeah. I don't mind both diagonals, and then you find something to pair it with. I don't know if I would necessarily pair it with row 5. This card has a lot of options. Like, you can get some cards where there are really only a couple different paths you can take. But I think especially if you are comfortable with that new route type run, there are just a million different ways you can go with this. Yeah, so both runners did get criteria map station. Oh, and Whewty is actually going back for Brinstar map. Brinstar map is one of those rooms where if you're not a bingo player and you don't run any sort of map completion category, it can be a kind of weird room to traverse. I know the first time that I did bingo, I went in there, did not realize that it was a kill X enemies gray door. Interesting, Maisgueuh is getting this missile pack now. That indicates to me he's almost certainly not going for all Brinstar power bombs. And is potentially doesn't want to do any sort of Brinstar revisit, which you really don't have to do with this card if you don't want to. Oh, this looks interesting. Does Whewty want Spo Supers? So Whewty is potentially eyeing that 35 plus super missiles square. Could be for top left, bottom right. I think top left, bottom right is not bad at all. Maisgueuh just going straight up red tower. I don't consider this a surprise at all. Although his health is really low. Does he intend to push this into wrecked ship? I wonder if your health is this low. I wonder how it shakes out farming in Hellway versus going to ship to refill. Given that Maisgueuh didn't farm to full, I'm thinking he's either not going direct ship or he's not going straight there. It's possible he's just grabbing these power bombs to go back down Red Tower. We've seen that quite a few times. Having power bombs can be very powerful in allowing you to go through areas only once. Yeah, a little bit of a little bit scary there in Beta Power Bomb's room. Maisgueuh took it very carefully, so it wasn't a worry, but one hit from any of those big side hoppers would have spelled his demise. I'm sure he's more than fine taking 10 seconds to do that room a little bit slower. And it wasn't even 10 seconds time loss, it was a few seconds. So Maisgueuh pre-opened. Yeah, he's pre-opening everything, which says ship refill to me. And there we see it. Yeah, and Whewty collecting Alpha Powerbomb missiles. This is maybe 125 plus missiles. Because for all the others, like 50 missiles, you can accidentally get 50 missiles if you just pick up every pack that's right in your face. Alright, Maisgueuh, setting up for a continuous wall jump here. Has the first frame. And gets it! Very nicely done. So Maisgueuh does have a bit of padding here with that reserve tank, which because of the ship refill is completely full at this point. Meaning that he can take a couple extra hits than you would normally expect to see in like a proper new route run. Oh no, Whewty made it across moat super quickly, and then falls in the ocean. Unfortunately, that ocean can be pretty rough. And Maisgueuh grabs spooky missiles. I wonder if he wants to fully explore the ship. So already, despite our runners, and this is what I love about Bingo, is our runners have taken the same route, roughly speaking. However, they are going for pretty different objectives here. Oh, Maisgueuh took a couple hits there. That was what? That was a 2 or a 3 Doppler. He should be able to have this down in 3 rounds if they all go like that. Oh, in the right slow, or oh, it was left slow. Excuse me. Looking at the card, that was a good Doppler. Should just be able to finish it with 4 missiles plus a super. Oh no! So... Oh, is that a left fast? But yeah, so left fast, unfortunately, I mean, Fantoon's been dead for a bit here, but Maisgueuh just really doesn't want to see the enrage. And Fantoon does go down now. And for Whewty as well. And with that, Whewty has nearly caught up to Maisgueuh after an incredible Fantoon fight. Alright, so Maisgueuh is for sure not doing fully explore the wreck ship then. Whewty, on the other hand. I don't believe wreck ship map is on this card, so this would only mean fully explore ship. Which could mean, based on what we've seen so far, that Whewty is eyeing that column 5. Which we know at this point Maisgueuh is not doing. Also not doing row 4. Yeah, I like row 4, especially if you're doing something like top left, bottom right, because you're going to be collecting those Meridia supers anyway. Like, I don't really foresee a route in which 35 plus supers means all the supers but the Meridia ones. Oh yeah, that's true. Whewty didn't get beta PBs, so... So that would mean definitely a row 4. Looks like Whewty's saving for wrecked ship E-Tank. This is part of the map that he has to explore, as well as being another row 4 tile. Oh no! Got the, almost got that first try moat bomb jump, but Just a little bit too low on it. Really nice spiky room of death. And Maisgueuh just makes it out! Holy crap. The spikes in bowling deal 60. Yeah. Oof. That was a rough one. Yes, this is the vanilla game. Yeah. So Whewty is now finished with, I think what most would consider to be the most difficult part of fully explore wrecked ship. And Maisgueuh is out of wrecked ship alive. Has to be careful though, like, I've seen the crabs. Okay, Maisgueuh's not even going back down Red Tower that way. I have seen the crabs in that room before Moat take more lives than I can count. Excited to see this attic from Whewty. Nice. So Maisgueuh is presumably going for a Brinstar cleanup here. If he wants to do all 25 Brinstar PBs, then that leaves Edacoon's, Mission Impossible, and Retro Brin for power bombs. Which he'll be able to get all of those in this cleanup, and I don't think he really needs anything else here. He can pick up a couple E-tanks for either 4+ E-tanks or 6+ E-tanks if that's something he's interested in. I would say he's not likely, maybe, to want either of those. Like, if he were doing row 5, he would have wanted to get Criteria Powerbomb while he was there. Column 4 is a possibility. Like, the LN dip for Screw Attack isn't that long. But I don't know that that's what I would necessarily want on this card. Row 3, Defeat Ridley is a very big time commitment. And column 2... Column 2's fine. But again, it does force you to get Screw Attack. And fight GT. Oh... And Whewty needs a PB if he's going to fully explore the wrecked ship. This is really unfortunate. I think those Zebos are a 4% chance. So, oh, and he gets it! That could have been a huge time loss for Whewty. Thankfully, he got that PB as early as he did. And just narrowly avoids a 3rd hit on the spikes. That was a really nice aim down. Maisgueuh, mixes up the save room and the map station. Very easy to do. Brinstar, or the first room in Brinstar has 1,000,000 doors, and you only ever care about the ones that are on the right. Yeah, so Whewty doesn't need to actually get this reserve tank or anything. He can see the area without doing the shine spark. And that's all he needed. So as soon as he sees Gravity Room, that should be a fully explored wreck ship for Whewty. Meanwhile, as we expected, Maisgueuh getting those Mission Impossible power bombs. At this point in the game, survivability shouldn't really be much of a concern for either of these runners, now that they have gravity. Maisgueuh sets up for Mission Impossible. Unfortunately, you can't actually do it without high jump boots. TAS has a special method it does, but to my knowledge, there is not a human viable way to do Mission Impossible without high jump. Alright. Nice gate glitch from Maisgueuh. Interesting he's getting those supers. I guess if you are doing a Bryn revisit, you might as well do it now. And we also see Whewty going back for beta power bombs. So maybe a change of plans. Maybe he just wanted to get this on the way out. Could have potentially saved him a little bit of grief had he gotten them earlier. Thankfully not too punishing though. Again, he had very good luck with that power bomb drop in a wrecked ship. Well, I'll admit, I'm kind of curious about Whewty's plan. Given that he grabbed beta power bombs, but didn't get any of the other power bomb packs in Bryn Star. Possibly was just using beta PBs as a refill? Row 2 maybe, that could be true. Yeah, if you're getting 35 super missiles, then you would need 15 power bombs. So Alpha, Beta, and Croc would fulfill that. Nah, that's a good point. And row 2 is not bad. Row 2 does all but price you out of column 1, row 5, and bottom left, top right, as you don't really want to skip Speed Booster. Like, Speed Booster, it helps you go fast. Yeah, top left, bottom right, I think is good. Especially if you're already doing either column 5 or row 5. Then, if you're either doing column 5 or row 5, then I would say top left, bottom right is almost free in terms of what it adds. Like, Wave Beam is not a huge commitment. But Whewty just wanted high jump. This is interesting. And Magoo is attempting some gravity jumps right now. Unfortunately, didn't have the right position. These gravity jumps get significantly harder without high jump, although it's still a fairly lenient window. Oh no! Yeah, Magoo almost saved that with the down grab. I think that could have been saved with the down grab if you were really good on your timing. But that's not one I would be kicking myself for not, like, having saved. Oh, that's true. I guess you could finish at grapple. I think this has the potential to be a really fast card. It seems like Whewty's route has very little in the way of revisits if he is finishing at grapple. Oh yeah, Whewty's gonna pull off a snail clip here, potentially, which is one of my favorite tricks, personally. It's a bit less commonly known since it doesn't have much application outside of randomizer, or something like bingo. Snail clip is a little bit easier with X-ray. It's once you know the positioning, it's like technically lenient as far as how much of a window you have. It's just, again, it's not something many people practice a whole ton. And if you don't get it on the initial peak, it's hard to correct for that. But as I say that, Whewty gets it, having fixed the snail after peaking early. So really nicely done from him. That was really good. And that might be all he really needs to do in Meridia. Get the reserve tank and then leave. Yeah, and skipping Aqueduct Missile. That can be difficult to do. It's interesting for any percent if you are either picking up Crab Supers or Aqueduct Super. Aqueduct Super is faster if you can consistently skip that missile. But it's really neat to see our runners so late into the race still being in the same area. Whewty has 10 PBs, I believe. It's interesting though. I'm still kind of surprised. Whewty didn't get all Brinstar power bombs, because that could have potentially led to a pretty easy column 5. Pair that with row 4 and bottom left, top right. And with that, he would be done as soon as he picked up Grapple Beam after picking up Wave. To be clear though, like, bingo is really hard, and you will basically never see the correct path through. So if you find something that is at least decently fast, it's generally better to just commit to the first thing you see that's decently fast, and just try to finish it out. As soon as you are changing your mind, it means you're completing objectives you don't need to. It's very easy. Like, the more deliberation you do, the more you allow information to fall out of your head, and you can end up in a scenario where you're like, okay, you know, all I just need is one more tile. Oh wait, I can't do that. You know, these two lines aren't actually compatible. Yeah, Magoo here. Skipping that speed booster will presumably be completing his first line once he picks up that grapple beam. Yeah, so... yeah, Magoo will be cleaning up bottom left, top right, and row 2. And what's Magoo's third line? Yeah, what does Magoo pair with bottom left, top right, and row 2? Oh, both diagonals? Does he have enough supers though? How many does he have at this point? Oh, he has 30. Okay. Then yeah, definitely. Well, I say definitely both diagonals, but looks like he's getting screwed. So yeah, maybe column 4. At which point he would get Croc E-Tank, grab Grapple Beam, and then Crystal Flash. Yeah, I like Whewty's path as well. I think both of these runners have chosen some really neat line combinations. So yeah, here's Grapple Beam for Whewty. Loses column 1, row 5. However, he gains that column 5, row 2. Uh-oh. Wait. Is he done? Oh, okay, yeah. That's right, GG. I understand now. That's right, row 2, row 4, top left, bottom right. Whewty doesn't need grapple room. Yeah. So GG to Whewty, with a finish time, an official racetime.gg time of 40 minutes and 18 seconds. Really low time. You don't see many races going into the 30s. So really nice time. Yeah, so absolutely GG. We'll see if we can get him in. Meanwhile, Maisgueuh, it doesn't have much left to do. Unfortunately, without speed, his options to get out of screw attack room are very limited. But yeah, so with that, Whewty does take the series, meaning we won't be having Game 3 right after this. Oh no, Maisgueuh. What? It looked like Samus just shifted over a pixel there. Maybe it was just a visual effect. Either way, yep, GG to Maisgueuh for making it out of there, and all that he has to do at this point is get to that grapple room. So he's gonna fight Croc, grab Croc Tank on the way. And then presumably damage himself down. I imagine you can take a Shine Spark into grapple room, but the timing's got to be pretty tight on that. Alright, and shoutouts to Whewty for farming up to full. It really helps with the verification. So we will be able to see shortly. He does, in fact, have 35 supers. As well as 15 power bombs. Yeah, shoutouts to Link Force, our tracker, putting in a tremendous amount of work throughout this tournament. Alright, and we are joined by the winner of today's race, as well as this series overall, Whewty. GG.
Hey, thanks a lot, Glove. That felt okay. I'm not sure. Last time I was a little bit more comfortable that I made like the optimal choice. This time I was not, but it did work out. It's really funny because I have known how to snail clip for less than an hour now. I was
Wow.
actually practicing that before the race, and it was a great thing to practice, and I got it really fast too, which makes me happy.
Nice. Yeah, I always say snail clip is a really great trick to know for randos. Maybe good for bingo too.
Yeah, it worked out. Well, that's the thing is, I don't know, maybe you can answer this question, but can I do the snail clip without high jump boots? Because I wasn't sure, so I figured I maybe had to dip in and grab them real quick.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think you need high jump boots for it.
Okay, you can do it without high jump.
Yeah.
Well, I had no idea, but I only learned it the high jump way, so I guess I'm glad I went and dipped in and got them real quick. It's pretty good. I obviously blundered when I used my last power bomb to clear out the
Yeah.
bowling room, but at least I remembered that I did it. That could have been really bad if I would have gone into bowling, because I think once you do that, you're toast. But I guess, yeah, it'll be fun to watch back. I like to watch these back. They're the most stressful to do, but they're probably the funnest to watch back because you can kind of see what other people are saying and
Yeah.
see if there was something you could have done, how you could have optimized it better. And I know I didn't do it perfectly, but I think it was decent. I don't know. I skipped the map station, criteria map station, had to go back. I skipped, I almost skipped Brinstar map station too, which would have been a disaster. And then I think I grabbed a little too many missiles that were completely, or that were out of the way, but I don't know. All in all, I guess I'm happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I think it was a really neat route. How far into the race were you like set on which lines you wanted to do?
Let me think. I'm looking at the card right now. I want to say, I'm trying to remember. I found top left, bottom right immediately. Was like, okay, I'm doing that one because I see a lot of Meridia here. And then I think with that, I pretty much had to collect all 15 Meridia super missiles. So I think that's when I chose row 4. And then I was flirting with well, yeah, I was having trouble because I saw that grapple beam, row 2 looked good for me too. But I was second guessing myself because if I'm like, well, if I gotta get grapple beam, I should finish in the grapple beam room. And, screw attack doesn't look so bad. So I'll dip in and to lower north really quick. But then I just couldn't figure out how to, I'm like, all I gotta do is get screw attack and then I can drop one of these rows. But I couldn't figure out which one to drop. So eventually, I think by the time I was going down the Brinstar elevator, I think I knew what I was going to do. And then by the time that I was in bowling, I like to finalize what I've chosen. And so I think, Brinstar elevator, I had the rows. And then by bowling, I was sure, I kind of had a route. And then I had a hiccup when I was debating whether or not to go into Meridia before I went to Norfair, because that kind of screwed me up too, because I was thinking, it would suck to have to go get Grapple Beam and then go all the or get Speed Booster to go all the way back up to Meridia and then go all the way back down to get Grapple Beam. I felt like there was some reason I had to do that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was thinking. Every direction all at once, as I tend to talk and think and apparently play Super Metroid. So, but again, it worked out. I'm happy with the. It would have been nice to get the sub 40, but I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, and we are joined by now by Magoo, who finished in second place with an official racetime.gg time of 47:43. GG.
Thank you. It was a crazy card. So much to do and to don't. So yeah. Criterium Upstation was useless and my roots. I was really lost.
Yeah, GG Magoo. That was a good race.
Yeah. So what did you do?
I did row 2 and row 4, and then top left, bottom right. It looks like you got a quadruple. You got 5 bingos.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm sorry. You didn't.
No.
You didn't.
No.
I lied. I'm a liar. Before.
Yeah, it was quad bingo.
Skip Spaz? Oh, but I didn't explore Red Chip. What else did I didn't do? I didn't take the E-Tank Red Chip, but I guess it was a really good line to do row 4.
Yeah, it worked out. The only problem is it
You
required snail clip.
to fully explore.
You do not need you don't need speed booster. It's slow, but you can get like all around. You can't break through the shine spark blocks to get the reserve tank, but you can still get all the map tiles if you do like the early reserve rando check room, and then you just wall jump up to the shine spark area. But you can get all the map tiles.
That's right. Yeah, well done.
Hey, thanks. Well done yourself. That was a lot of fun, and that was a pretty interesting card for sure.
I was pretty lost, like confused all the routes. Oh, I forgot Super in Rocket Ship, so I have to do GT.
Oh no!
If I didn't want to go back to Meridia with Speed Booster or to... Nah, it was too long. So yeah. That was not really optimized. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty difficult card, I guess. It was good. Like almost every card in triple bingo anyway, you have to either defeat Ridley or collect Plasma Beam. Like or collect Space Jump. Like Dragon or Ridley needs to be defeated, and this is one of the cards that did not require that. So
yeah,
but that was
in race. I mean, because you it's hard to select the good line because you don't do veto and stuff like defeat Ridley. Where is Plasma? Okay, no Plasma, so I forgot this one and this one. You have to examine every solution.
Yes, it's easy to back yourself and to like not think about one thing, and then you're in a corner and you lose a lot of time because 2 of the tiles conflict, or I don't know, you thought you had speed booster to get to Batoon and you don't, and so you can't get there or something, and you get stopped in your tracks.
Yeah.
It is hard.
I feel so sweaty.
I know this. I love bingo, but I hate it at the same time. I will never not be nervous before a bingo race.
Yeah, it's the most stressful category, in my opinion.
I agree, 100%. Way more stressful than rando.
Yeah, I definitely think like just because rando, there are a few choices that you have that you can make, whereas bingo, you basically from like 5 minutes onward, you're deciding what your route's gonna be.
It's short decision in rando.
Hmm.
It's like this way or this way. That's it. End of
Yeah,
story.
and then you gotta and then you gotta weigh out what that requires. Like getting grapple beam might not sound that bad, but you have to kill Croc to get it. So you really
Hmm.
got to factor in like, okay, that's like 2 minutes at least to of a diversion where
Making
getting
orders
wave
in your
beam
brain.
is less, or I don't know. I'm not very good at explaining it, but it's a lot of like ballpark decisions. Like I think this will take around this much time. So I don't know. You kind of just gotta wing it and hope you made the right choice, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, once again, congrats, Whewty, for moving onward. Round two, you'll be facing Owl RTA, so best of luck with that.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also nervous as usual. Owl is definitely knows the game
Mhm.
really really well. Looking to I remember our last race, and unfortunately I didn't win, so I'm gonna try to get revenge next week. Should be fun.
Awesome. And Gigi Magoo, these were both really good races, 47-43, still a really nice time to put out.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh,
Wish you all the best for the next on the competition.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm gonna try to bust some brackets.
Awesome. Well, I think that's gonna about do it from us here at Speed Gaming. Be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow Whewty. Go follow Magoo. And if you would be so kind as well, follow our broadcast team. We've had Link Force on tracking, and I've been Glove on comms. And from all of us here at Speed Gaming, we'll see you next mission.